Hey, everybody. Welcome to week two of the EISTIBVS weekly business meeting. Uh, today is June 1st. Means we got 1 month left in this quarter. I just wanted to share some progress. So we'll be upfront. I didn't get as much done last week as I had planned. Had a few emergent issues pop up, so wasn't able to complete a lot of stuff, um, but still fairly confident to be able to complete um, the Q2 OKRs. Going to share my screen. Give me just a second. All right. So just to kind of recap a little bit. So I'm using my trusty Claude that I have connected to my ClickUp project management tool. Details on how to set that up and stuff like that is available in the amateur pro music school community. But just reviewing from last week, the top three priorities. One was making a producer decision, decide on the first song, and social media. So I have decided on a producer. As it stands right now, I'm going to be working predominantly with AJ De Jesus. Um, he also happens to be the drummer for EISTIBVS. And he actually, it's going to be him working on it predominantly, in with some assistance from Seven Dunbar as well. Um, so more on those coming up. I still plan to talk to Dave to work on some stuff. I'm thinking about bringing him on for the cover songs, but for the main tracks, we're going to be working with AJ and Seven. Um, Deciding on the first song, so uh, I believe I do have the first song picked. Just kind of, and I'll share this in a moment, but um, I have a lot of songs where I guess a little bit of background. Um, EISTIBVS played its first show last year, last April, and we at that time there was only a couple of songs that had lyrics, and I only had about 2 months to prepare for that show. So I rushed the lyric and vocal process for that stuff. So now I'm going to be a little bit more thoughtful. I'm going to take some more time with the lyrics and make sure I've got those ironed out. Um, but I did create. Well, I've had this for a while, and I'm going to update it this week. But I have um, I created a worksheet a while back where I'm basically listing out all the originals and the cover ideas. So, um, as I shared, a lot of these songs were written when I was doing an instrumental project called Seraphim. That didn't have any vocals at all. So I'm taking those and reworking those, changing the composition and things like that to make them more palatable and also better to have vocals laid on top of them. And here is the original titles for a lot of the songs that I have to choose from. And the first one I'm probably going to focus on is this one. It was originally, as an instrumental, was released as a title called Right of Center. And then right now, the working title for it is Price of Existence. Um, so I think that's going to be the first one, with Mouthpiece being the next one. Um, so already chatted with AJ about a lot of this because he's already started working on some of the instrumental stuff, and going to start getting the demos to where I can focus on putting out the vocals. Also, I'm in the middle of migrating my predominant work machine, so most of all my recording and work has been done off of a PC that I've had for 10 years, and I am now migrating my entire workstation over to a MacBook and just getting the peripheral pieces to that, keyboard and connections um, and docking stations to make sure it works over seamlessly. I've already got the MacBook reformatted, set up, started downloading all of my programs, and yeah, now this week I'm going to start testing those programs and making sure they're working. Because a couple weeks ago, I was in the middle of writing a song, and a lot of times when I write music, I start with a guitar riff or an idea. Now I'll record that riff and get it mapped out, and then I'll start with drums using Easy Drummer and kind of map out a composition. Uh, then I take it and add more guitar riffs and tracks and kind of do the composition side of it. Then after that, I'll put in soft synths and samples and things like that. Well, I was working on a song a couple weeks ago. It went to go start on the soft synths. I was using a program called Serum 2, and every time I hit a button, it just the computer just was like, nope. So definitely have a better computer, moving it over better RAM and processing. So hopefully that's going to streamline my creation and process from there. Um, Also, just to kind of talk a little bit about this worksheet right here, I basically have it mapped out. It's kind of a way for me to organize my thoughts as it relates to content releases and things like that. I use Google Sheets. It's Google Suite's version of Excel, and I use it to kind of categorize all this information. So I have a track, an original title, the type of song that it is, and then I have these status columns for different phases within it. So, like, create these little drop down menus that say, all right, is bass music, has it started, is it in progress, or is it done? Um, or if it's not applicable, depending upon the field, then NA. So I start with the bass music, and then you like the general idea or whatever. And then after that, I move to the final composition side of it, which is why I categorize final music. Then I talk about the vocal part. Have I demoed vocals? And have I recorded the final version of the vocals? Then I have a couple of other sections where I break it down between music and music video. So, yeah, and I've got them in different phases where, is it mixed? Is it mastered? Is it been uploaded for, to the distributor, ready to be released? Have I uploaded it for sale and for purchase? Then I have the music video portion. So, and again, kind of do it in phases, doing a video outline, am I storyboarding it? Has the video been shot? Has it been edited, and has it been uploaded? So it's kind of a way for me to organize it. And then on the bottom section here, I have cover song ideas. So you can kind of see some of them that I've been working with and thought of doing. I talked about Desire last week. So yeah, definitely have the bass music done for this. And we've got demo vocals. But there's still some stuff for the final music that we got to complete. We're working on the solo, and also need to get final vocals done for that. Talked with Militia last year, and she actually said that she wanted to redo the vocals that she had, that she has some other ideas. And I also kind of, based off of that, have my ideas for how I want to layer with it. And we'll, so that's on the docket. Um, some other songs that I've started. I talked a little bit about this. So, got a Lady Gaga cover I want to do. Um, have Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. I started doing a cover of Crush by the band Parkway Drive. I just really love that song. And I'd like to do, and then add some industrial elements to it. Um, and then here's some other ones that I've thought about, and there's additional ones I haven't put on this list yet that I'm going to. Like I thought about doing a Danzig cover for How the Gods Kill, um, and a few others like that. Uh, okay, going back to the other lists. So decided on the first song, social media. So we do have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and those are created. So later on, when we start finishing up stuff related to branding and whatnot, like they have the basics there, but um, we'll update the branding assets here in the future. Um, so open items in progress, create a short list of cover songs. Got that. Um, so the next thing, begin Q3 content and release plans. So I'm planning to work on that this day or this week. Start plugging the mission, vision, goals into the school community. I did do that last week. That has been completed, so you can see those in full effect in the amateur to pro music school community. Um, and there's a couple other things that are more school related. So, as I shared previously, I have created AI coach packages for the school community, and I've uploaded those into the school community for use. And then I'm going to find a few other people. I have reached out to 2 or 3 people in the last week, and they've sent it to them, and they're currently setting those up. And I've got follow ups with them later this week. Um, so, kind of reviewing where we're at with each of the OKRs. So, select and begin production on the first single. So, uh, that has started. So, I want to say we're about 50% with that. Social profiles. So we are on track. Instagram and Facebook are live, and YouTube exists. And then this week, I'm going to start building out content release plan. So that is it for this week. Don't forget, if it's your first time joining, uh, you know, feel free to come to the Amateur Pro Music School community. It's free to join. All of the training that we have related to the artist operating system that helps you develop your mission, your vision, your goals, quarterly tasks, and weekly items. We have an operating system in place that you can develop on your own, so that way you can build your structure and strategy for your music and treat it like a business. Um, Thank you, and we'll see you next week.